Hello everyone, welcome back to yet another political episode. We are back again today with some unexpected news. So I jinxed myself. We were not done with 2024 deaths. Apparently, we were so excited to start 2025 that I decided to look at people that have died in 2025, totally skipping the people that may have died on December 31st. And I didn't really consider, what's the odds that a politician, an important figure, would die on the 31st of December 2024, the last day of the year, and not die at the beginning of the year. Well, I should have listened to the other figure on my shoulder, because we totally skipped Buddy McKay. Luckily, it's not January 30th, a month later, and we have totally, of course, come to our senses. Oh, we've skipped Buddy McKay. It never even occurred that he died. And how bad it is. It sounds so bad when we say, oh, we didn't know you died, or something like that. We didn't perform our grievances, And luckily, something told me to go check. It's like that. Something in me said, you gotta check the 2024 page where I get these notifications. And I found the picture of Florida Governor Buddy McKay, who actually died on the 31st of December. He could not make it to 2025. At the age of 91, he had passed away. So today, I know it's 2025, it's January 7th, 7 days later, and we're covering Buddy McKay's death late. But you know what? It's better than not covering it at all, and I think the family of McKay would appreciate it. And I mean, we're not going to say, oh, we covered all the politicians who died in 2024 except for this one politician. No, we're going to cover this, and then we're going to move to 2025. So we're going to dip our toes back into 2024 one last time in honor of the former governor of Florida, Buddy McKay, and his electoral history and his legacy that, of course, he left behind. So, of course, this guy was the governor of Florida from just a little bit, okay? Just for 1 year. Actually, not even 1 year. Less than a month, okay? Less than a month. He was governor from December 12th, 1998 to January 5th, 1999. He probably is the shortest serving governor of Florida in Florida's history. So, going through the basic, of course, dialogue. Kenneth Hood Buddy, he goes by Buddy McKay Jr., was an American politician and diplomat who served as the 42nd governor of Florida from December 12th, 1998 to January 5th, 1999. And it's recent that we are covering it because he just left office 2 days ago. So I think it's appropriate that we can cover it now. 1999, upon the death of Lawton Chiles, who of course was the governor of Florida, who died in office at a very young age of 68. So he was the lieutenant governor when he took over. A member of the Democratic Party, he previously served as the 14th Lieutenant Governor of Florida from 1991 to 1998. During his career, he also served as a state legislator and as a United States representative and special envoy. McKay was the most recent Democratic governor of Florida. So, fun fact, this was the last Democrat governor of Florida, and hopefully there won't be a governor. It doesn't look like there will be a Democrat governor. If it's true that Florida is going straight to the right, unless, I don't know, a really bad Republican governor takes over and it ends up like a Kentucky, then McKay, who the last time Florida has elected a Democrat, would be actually not Buddy McKay. He was actually not elected governor. He had run for governor in 1998. He left office. Actually, no, I don't think he left office. Did he left office? No, this is weird. So, yeah, it says the two-term Democratic governor, the two-term Democratic incumbent governor, Lawton Chiles, was term limited and could not run for re-election. John Ellis Jeb Bush, his actual name is John Ellis, or John Bush, but he goes by Jeb Bush. So this is the election of Jeb Bush, who had previously run for governor in 1994, was the Republican nominee, and incumbent Lieutenant Governor Kenneth Buddy, now he goes by Buddy McKay was the Democratic nominee. Bush defeated McKay by nearly 11% of the popular vote and won his first of 2 terms as governor. So it still doesn't answer my question, though. It still doesn't answer my question. Look at this district. I'm getting distracted, but look at this. This is the definition of gerrymandering, guys. Taking the suburbs or these communities, Hispanic communities in Orange County, all the way to Aloha County, the colleges in Aloha County. You got, of course, the Jacksonville, Florida. Yeah, this is Democrat gerrymandering right there. Look at this. It's like a spider web. But I'm getting distracted. This is not the main focus point, but you get what I'm saying. So on December 12, 1998, incumbent Governor Lowton Chiles suddenly died of a heart attack, thrusting McKay into the governor's office, for which he had just lost the election for 24 days. This was no special election. This was the second election in which McKay had unsuccessfully run to succeed Chiles in an elected office, the first being the 1988 Senate race. So yeah, you'll see Buddy McKay, he does perform a much better performance in 1988. And I guess, I don't know, is Lowton Chiles, this does not make sense. So Lowton Chiles, okay, this is Connie Mack, very popular governor. This is the Senate election. I get it. Okay, I get it now. He runs for Senate, and he ran for Senate because Lowton Chiles was senator, U.S. senator. He was very popular. He took every county except for Collier County, right up here. But yes, he doesn't run for re-election. His replacement, his supposed replacement, was Buddy McKay. He runs a compatible race against the will be very popular Senator Connie Mack the third, who of course won this election, having won Orange County and the areas around it. Helped him a lot, especially with Miami-Dade going blue and the Panhandle being pretty blue. I think Orange County helped him go through the finish line pretty easily. So with, of course, McKay being defeated in the 1988 election, 2 years later, of course, Lowton Chiles runs for governor. He wins in that governor's race. And of course, he had his running mate. He chose Buddy McKay as his running mate. So it's Chiles McKay in 1990. He defeats Bob Martinez, the governor of Florida, pretty easily. I guess people couldn't stand him for some reason. He did kind of convincingly won in 1986, but he lost re-election in 1990. He wins re-election against Jeb Bush. This is Lowton Chiles. He wins re-election pretty convincingly in 1994, the Red Wave, Republican Revolution in 1994. But however, he ultimately, this was a defeat for the Republican. This is, they could not flip the state of Florida. 1998, though, Republicans flipped the state against Buddy McKay, having Jeb Bush winning 55.27% of the popular vote, an 11-point win against Buddy McKay. With this good, decent performance, you'll see McKay carried less counties than he had in 1988. Then again, this is 10 years after his failed 1988 run. But don't worry, Buddy McKay was the governor of Florida for a while before Jeb came around. Well, actually, it still says that Lowton Chiles was the governor before, even though 42nd governor, he technically was in office January. So I wonder who took over, because he was governor till January 5th, 1999. Okay, hang on. I think I may be not understanding this completely. 1998. Oh, okay, I understand now. So, Loudoun Childs is obviously existing in this election, okay? A month later, Loudoun Childs dies, okay? Not even a month later, over a month later. So, leaving the defeated Buddy McKay suddenly becoming governor. He lost the election in Florida, okay, to become governor. But suddenly, they're saying this is so sudden, his boss, Childs, dies from this fatal heart attack. Very tragic. And suddenly, just like that, snap of the finger, Buddy McKay becomes governor, despite being defeated by Jeb Bush. And he knows that Buddy McKay only had 20-some days of being governor until the guy that defeated him, Jeb Bush, could take over. So I guess it was a win-win. Jeb Bush was originally running to become that 42nd governor of Florida. But who became the 42nd governor of Florida? Buddy McKay did, despite losing that election in 1998. His boss, Governor Childs, ended up passing away from that heart attack, despite losing. And McKay never expected it, unless he slipped some poison into his drink or something. That Buddy McKay. McKay ended up becoming the governor. Very unexpected and shocking moment. Jeb Bush now would become the 43rd governor of Florida. Ultimately, leaving that there. So, and ultimately he got reelected in 2002. But anyway, that is pretty much the career of Buddy McKay. After McKay became governor for 26 days, McKay retired. I mean, did he retire though? Yeah, he retires from politics. He doesn't run for anything else. Maybe he, after his governorship, of course, it says, despite his defeat, McKay became Childs' successor when Childs died unexpectedly on December 12, 1999. McKay was at this time in Boston with his wife. When they returned to their hotel room, they found a message about Childs' death, asking McKay to get on a plane to Atlanta, where they were picked up by a state crew and flown through thick fog to Tallahassee. At 12:30 a.m. the next day, the 65-year-old McKay was sworn in as Florida's 42nd governor at his Capitol office for the 24 days remaining in Childs' term. He couldn't even be not an official governor. He could have been like a temporary governor or a temporary sit-in. But nope, he has to be sworn in as the next governor. And each state has its own policy. There is no great pleasure in this, said McKay about taking a job he had sought, but got for unable because of the short time and lack of mandate to take care of such issues as education and health care. Despite keeping a low public profile during his time as governor, McKay made at least 56 appointments to various boards and to various offices, including to judgeships. He granted 6 pardons to female prisoners and was involved in such issues as the negotiation plan for the Everglades and moderated some other disputes. Perhaps his most visible act as governor was signing Peggy Quince's nomination to the Florida Supreme Court. Quince was Childs' last pick for the bench, and it fell to McKay and then Bush to sustain her nomination. McKay, of course, was succeeded by Bush on January 5th, 1999, the guy that defeated him in that gubernatorial race. So anyway, that pretty much includes the electoral history of Mr. Governor McKay. As it means of it, you obviously got his way. He got to be governor, but for just days. But what do you guys think in regards to Buddy McKay? A very unusual story, a unique story, and quite a weird way to end the year of 2024, despite it being 7 days later, 7 days into the new year. But let me know down below. And as always, I'll see you all in the next political episode.